9-9. For Mike Ferguson, he's got this nice move. Ferguson, short-handed. Score! What a shorty for Kyle Ferguson!
Welcome to episode 8 of Puck Talk with the Brantford 99ers. I'm your host, Hayden Burnell. This week I'm joined alongside Kyle Ferguson. Kyle, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. So you are a Burlington, Ontario native, and I noticed that you played your U14, U16, U18 with the Burlington Eagles. Before transitioning to AAA, where did you play?
I played in Burlington my whole life with the Eagles. Like I played double A mostly growing up with I played triple A 1 year when I was younger, then I was in double A until the U14 year, which is first year of hitting. And then COVID happened, so we didn't have a U15 year, and then I was there for U16 year and then one U18 year.
Now I saw you played, correct me if I'm wrong, you played your 16-year-old season with the U18 team?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, so you were a full-time player as a 16-year-old
hmm
with the U18 team, and then I know the year before that when you were 15, you played one game up with them.
Yeah, I played it was against Halton actually.
Yeah,
And
and I saw you got a point in that game. You got one assist.
mhm.
So you, a young guy, you played U18, and then when you were 16, you were a full-time U18 player where you scored quite a bit of points. In your U16 season, you got 8 goals and 10 assists, and then you added another 14 points in 8 playoff games. Do you recall in the 21-22 season, um, did you go far in the playoffs? You got 14 points in 8 games. So is that 2 playoff series or?
So the way our league did it, it was the SCTA. They put the top two and the bottom two teams in one group, and then the middle teams all in one group, and then they do like a round robin where you play each team twice, and then the top two teams from each group go on to like the championship weekend, which was in Oakville, and then I only played one game in that because I got hit from behind in the first game and was out for the rest of it.
And then when you transitioned to U18, did you notice a big jump in like speed and physicality compared to U16?
Um, a little bit, not a lot. It was quick to adjust to because like you're only playing with like the guys are 1 year older than you,
Yep.
and so once after a couple games you start to adjust to it and you just get going with the flow.
Now, how about the transition from U18 hockey to junior A hockey?
I think it's a lot. There's a lot difference. It's a lot faster, and there's a lot more physicality because a lot of the guys there's like 20-year-olds in the league instead of, and I'm only 17, so.
Yeah, you seem to have adjusted quickly. You've already got 10 points under your belt. Kyle, I want to ask you something that I didn't know about you. When I was researching for this episode, I noticed that you've played 2 times, 2 years in a row in the National Aboriginal Hockey Championship, which I'll be honest, I don't know much about, but I'd love to learn. So I noticed in 2022, you put up 5 goals and 3 assists, and you guys won the gold against Saskatchewan. And then in 2023, you added another 5 points and took home a silver medal. So maybe start with 2022, where it was hosted, how the tournament worked, and then we'll talk about the next season, or sorry, next
Um,
tournament.
so the 2022 one was it was after my U16 year, and so it's a U18 tournament. So the oldest age that year would have been 2004. So I think that also helped me adjust to playing with older guys. It was that tournament, and it was in Member Two, Nova Scotia, which is it's like the northern tip of Cape Breton Island. So we flew into Halifax and took a 4 hour bus ride up there, and it was good. Just I met a lot of new people, got a lot of new friends through that, and yeah, we ended up winning. We beat Saskatchewan in overtime to win the gold after we were winning 2-0 with 30 seconds left, and they tied it up. So
30 seconds.
yeah,
Wow.
and there was a lot of good players on that team.
Now I went like game by game, and I saw you got 2 assists in that game. Did you assist the overtime one or the first two?
No, it was the first two. I was on a
Okay,
line with like two really good players, and I got 2 assists in that game.
that's awesome. So, for these tournaments, like, did they reach out to you, or again, I'm not really sure how it works.
So basically, there's well, my older sister, she played in it before COVID, and then
Oh,
she played
okay.
in it in Nova Scotia as well. So we found out kind of through a girl she played with growing up, and so basically, you kind of fill out a kind of it's a called an expression of interest. So it's like a form you fill out, like where you play and stuff, and then they select through that. Like you can submit video and stuff. So
Okay.
that's where I got selected from.
That's very cool. And I saw it's provincial teams, but then I think for the territories are joined,
Yeah.
but it's none of it. And some of the Eastern province teams are kind of
Yeah,
merged.
Atlantic.
Atlantic. So was it 8 teams total?
Um,
I
eight
guess
or
it
nine.
8 or 9, yeah.
I think eight.
And then the following year, which was this year, I guess, earlier this year, you played in it as well. So
Mm.
that was at the end of your U18 season,
Yeah.
and you got another 5 points. You got to the finals once again, but unfortunately lost to Manitoba. Where was that tournament?
Um,
I assume it changes host cities every year.
yeah. So that one was in Winnipeg. So
Oh, okay.
Manitoba, they were the host team.
Hmm.
So the final game, like it was pretty packed. There was a lot of fans there for them. And it was good because we had there was a good amount of guys came back and good amount of new guys were there. And like for me, I was coming back. It was 6 weeks after I broke my collarbone. So I
Oh,
wasn't fully cleared to play yet, but I still did. And luckily I didn't re-injure it. So
that's good. So are you eligible in 2024?
yeah, next year will be my last year. And it's in Grand Prairie, Alberta.
Do you
Next,
plan to play?
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'll definitely be paying more attention to that. And then back to this junior A season, you seem to have adjusted quite well in the face-off dot. You're one of our core centermen. You take a lot of draws during games and you win a lot, and then you've contributed on the score sheet a lot, and especially as a young player, that's very impressive in this league. I know the transition, well, not personally, but I know the transition from U18 to junior A there's quite the gap. So you definitely seem to have adjusted well. How do you feel in the dressing room, like with the culture and your teammates, and what are your thoughts on the coaching staff?
Yeah, the guys are great in the room. They really like make sure everyone's going. Like they don't bring anyone down. And I like the coaches. I like the systems. It was because Coach Mike, he was my coach in U16
Oh, okay.
Burlington. So I've adjusted back to those systems, and because in U16 I enjoyed those systems, so it's good to be back with those systems now.
So did you know that you wanted to play junior A this year, or what was kind of that process after your U18 season?
So to like originally I was gonna like I had a spot on the U18 Burlington team again,
Hmm.
and I was planning on going to like junior A camps and stuff, and then but when all the camps were, I had my broken collarbone.
Okay.
So then I thought I was gonna end up going back, but when Mike and Mark got the team to coach, Mike called my dad and started going to the skates in the summer, and then I played in the TEP tournament with them and showed well and signed after that.
That's fantastic. Yeah, you've definitely been a great pickup for the team, and I'm sure that, like U18, you had another year of eligibility, but always being able to take that step into the next level, that's always a positive thing. Kyle, I want to thank you for joining me this week, and best of luck for the rest of the season, and I look forward to watching you in that tournament and hopefully have you back next year and see where your career goes.
All right, thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching episode 8 of Puck Talk with the Brantford 99ers, and thank you to everyone who has tuned in for the first 8 episodes. It has been an absolute blast recording with the team, and I look forward to starting back up in the new year. On behalf of the Brantford 99ers, We wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a safe and happy holidays, and a Happy New Year. See you again in 2024.
9-9! 9-9!
The 9-9.
We're the 9-9.